Have you ever stayed in an unhealthy relationship far longer than is healthy, or experienced extreme anxiety when the loved one is unavailable, late, or distant? Or maybe fear of committing to anything, jobs, cities, relationships, in case it ends? You can be conscious of your negative repeated patterns in your relationships or work, but no matter how hard you try, you can't break them. You might be stuck in your life, not achieving what you want to achieve or receiving what you want to receive because you are carrying ancestral blockages. So let's break it down. Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Tanya, an energetic and quantum healing practitioner, a certified hypnotherapist, and a psychic. For years, I've accompanied thousands of people through the release of ancestral and past life wounds, but also childhood traumas. If you are here, chances are that you are on a deep healing journey, and this starts when you become conscious of certain patterns and blockages. And today's topic might just open a powerful new door for you. So let's dive into a profound and often overlooked subject: understanding the ancestral trauma, specifically the wound of abandonment, and how it shapes our lives. So before we incarnate, our soul chooses the family, lineage, and environment that will serve our highest growth. Even the traumas, wounds, and karmic patterns we inherit are part of this agreement. These choices are not random. They are shaped by karmic contracts, unresolved lessons from past lives, and a deep intention our soul holds, all to evolve through Earth's dense reality and the duality between the ego and the soul. The ego is a mental construct: thoughts, beliefs, memories, labels, programs, and automatism, which constitutes the false self. It's not bad, but it creates a veil between who we think we are and our true self. And the goal is to remember what we truly are in our essence and liberate ourselves from these limitations. So these inherited energies form what we called energetic imprints. Being aware of them enables us to be conscious of what is deeply influencing our actions and our thoughts. So being in observation and analyzing our thoughts or actions leads to the ability to regain our power. So let's dive into what these energetic imprints includes. Emotional wounds left unhealed, like abandonment, rejection, injustice, humiliation, betrayal. Unresolved traumas passed down through the energy field, or karmic patterns repeating for generations. So your soul chooses this lineage not by accident, but with a purpose: to learn, to transform, and to help heal what has never been healed before. When you heal your ancestral traumas, you're not only liberating yourself, you're healing your ancestors and creating freedom for your descendants. Family, culture, birthplace, and upbringing, these elements shape your early programming and belief system, but they do not define your future. You were born into them to one day transcend them. Often, the turning point comes during a deep emotional crisis. It can be a depression, a divorce, grief, a burnout, or a spiritual awakening. These are your soul's invitation to break old patterns and to rise beyond limitations, and specifically inherited limitations. So let's dive into what ancestral memories create the wound of abandonment. It can be war and forced separations. For ancestors, losing partners or children to conscriptions, bombing, or a sudden death imprints the fear of loved one disappearing without warning. Forced immigration and displacement. Families fleeing from their home, being split at borders, or never returning home, creating inherited fear of instability and loss of belonging. Also, exile and banishment. Ancestors expel for political, religious, or cultural reason, passing down the belief that connection and safety can be revoked, is one of them. And also famine and extreme poverty can cause the wound of abandonment. Parents forced to leave children behind to find food or work, imprinting survival-based attachment and fear of being left to die. And orphanhood, of course, and loss of caregivers. Lineage histories of early parental death through disease or war, creating inherited grief and fear of being unsupported. So slavery and colonization or forced servitude, family torn apart, children sold or relocated, imprinting deep separation, trauma, and loss of continuity. Epidemics and mass death, sudden loss of entire family system, leaving unresolved collective grief and fear of sudden abandonment. And also emotional abandonment for survival. For example, ancestors suppressing attachment to endure hardship, passing down patterns of emotional disconnections and longing. And they also can be generational instability and repeated loss, multiple generations experiencing displacement, loss, or early death, reinforcing a chronic expectation of abandonment. The wound of abandonment creates a deep fear of disconnection that operates automatically in our nervous system and shapes how we relate to life. At a spiritual level, it carries the belief that love, safety, or connection exist outside of us and can be taken away. You might recognize some of these patterns if you have this wound. In a daily life, it often shows up as anxiety when others pull back, difficulty of being alone, emotional dependency, people-pleasing, or staying in relationships out of fear rather than alignment. It may overgive, seek constant reassurance, fear silence or ending, and tie our sense of worth to presence, attention, and validation. Spiritually, this wound can create a constant longing to be held, chosen, or saved, while its hidden gift is a deep sense of connection, empathy, and devotion. Healing begins when we learn to self-soothe, trust continuity even in absence, and reconnect with an inner sense of safety and belonging that doesn't depend on others staying. There are different opinions on the matter. Some may say, with energetic and quantum cleansing, we do not need to acknowledge exactly and feel what we are releasing on different layers of our being. I deeply believe the work on conscientizing our patterns, understanding where they come from, and releasing them through different tools, and quantum healing is one of them, are equally important because understanding and acceptance are part of the shadow work, the process of remembrance of our true self and why our soul made certain decisions enables us in our process to be in a state of acceptance, therefore release and raise our vibration. Life moves in sequences. These sequences can last several months or several years, and in each phase, you have the level of consciousness to heal specific layers. There will be moments when you're energetically, and emotionally ready to release what no longer serves you. That moment might be right now. You will find below this description a link. It's free. It's part of my channel. You can just click on it. It's a guided protocol which combines energetic, quantum healing, and hypnosis to help you begin releasing the abandonment in your lineage. I've separated the guided meditation / protocol from this explanation so you can return to it anytime without having to rewatch the full explanation. I've worked on my own lineage for years, and every time my consciousness expanded, I uncovered new aspects to clear, or I could go deeper into a specific wound. So take your time. As I said, in each sequence, you have the ability to work on a different level, and you can come back to the protocol whenever you feel you need. And the universe will show you, you will have signs, or you will feel within yourself when you have to do the work. So use this protocol as much as you want and enjoy the work. Thank you for being here. Until next time.